Okay, so Damien Priest is sort of in a purgatory type of zone right now. By that I mean he is over a little, but he's not over. Now sometimes it's hard to be over unless you're Knight, Punk, Jay, Cody, Roman, Seth. Not just playing. Sammy, KO. Anyway, but you get what I'm saying. Like he is over, but he's not as over as he was with his Terror Twin days. But at the same time, that does not mean that he's like lost. He's necessarily forgotten. I don't think that it's like, well, he's just an upper mid card guy. I don't think it's that serious either. But he is sort of, he doesn't have that next piece, that connection, that next jump start. It sort of makes me think of Drew McIntyre, his first go around with the championship. And I was like, I know with pandemics it was sort of hard to also uh, get the feel of how it was with him at champion. But I was like, I think it was sort of like the first time around compared to the second time around is a different feel. And I was like, I think the same thing with Priest, where like his first time around, it was kind of I was like, the whole year, we're kind of like, highs and lows, of course, with it. That it's like, okay, how do we go into the next spot to where, he actually gets into a championship match and that you actually believe that he's able to actually win? Because I was like, I think he's at the point now where he could be thrown into a championship match, but you sort of know that he ain't gonna win, and that's sort of where you don't want him to be after the year of having cashing in, getting the championship. I was like, even though he lost it, but having the stuff with Judgment Day that everybody liked, Terror Twin stuff, and whatnot. So how do he necessarily do that? Now they did a really good promo on Friday. I was like, I really did like that Damien Priest. It did sort of seem like he's sort of trying to get a little bit of his mojo back. He's always been trying to have the edge, but to get his mojo back, and but it still is kind of like what he's sort of been doing. And I was like, where he's like, don't need no family, don't need nobody, do it by myself. I need to show out here that I am still the El Champion or whatever. But I think that's actually how they should play it in there, of the fact that he is sort of having like, a breakdown of things, of, basically the fact that he is alone, that he is his family. And I was like, because we really got him and Rhea just sort of breaking up, doing their own thing at just, that's it. Never no interaction. Like, it wasn't really as sad or whatever. It was just like a hug and it was it. But there was really nothing there. And I was like, I guess that you could say the fuse between Judgment Day, Dom, and Finn and all that other stuff was sort of his cathartic way of being like, I'm done with the family, I'm on my own. But there's a difference between like you and, because you still sort of in the mix, you still in the fight with your family, so therefore you still got something there, to where it's different when you actually have, like, they're not even around at all to even just be mad at, you know. So I think that should be the way that they sort of play in it. But I think the way to go about it wouldn't have him be like losing or being sad or whatever like that. No, 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 no. The way they need to do it is like any real man, is where you just get mad, you just get angry, and you crash out on shit. That's basically what they should do with Damian Priest. I think that they have to have Damian Priest just crash out on everything, beating up people with families. I don't care what it is. I was like, if he just wanted, I was like, who's on the? I was like, Los Fantasma. I was like, you could just be kicking the hell out of them, because I was like, they're a family. Even I was like, even though Electra Lopez is gone now, but just crash out and just be wailing on people, beating up people or whatever. I was like, some mixing it up with Jacob Fatu or whatever. Just have two crash outs go at each other. I was like, to me, I was like, him and Drew, while I was like, it's a match that I could work, and I was like, I said why it could. I also think at the same time that doesn't do Damien really any favors. One kind of thing, Drew also is in a spot where he needs to win, but also the crowd, I felt like, will also be like, Drew. And I don't think that's a feud for him in that type of setting or whatever. Like, he needs to basically have, like, because he's a big dude. I was like, and he's very, of course, athletic for his size. That I think that his approach needs to be just beating the hell out of people, but just going about it in a way that's kind of just like, it's like, what is Damien Priest's problem? It's like, I don't know, man. I was like, I just asked if he just wanted to come to my house for Thanksgiving. And that's it. No, I don't do families. Like, or something like that. I was like, I don't know. But he does need some type of shakeup or whatever like that. I was like, have him have a thing with Cody where they both realize that, hey, your friends are backstabbers. Your friends come after you. And I was like, not saying that they necessarily need like a program up to themselves in that juncture, but a way of basically like say him and Cody got mutual beef with somebody else. They help each other out. They sort of become friends of a sense, and just for basically Cody, especially in the mood that he's in, he's like, so Damien, I know what you want, or some or whatever his dramatic ass really wants to say at that point in juncture. I was like, I just think that's sort of like because you don't want Damien to sort of get to me. I was like, hate to say it, but basically, I don't think he will. I think it's still a little too early for this. But I want to say like a little bit like Kofi, where it's like Kofi can be thrown up into a spot. Hell, you don't even really anymore. But you know that it's not even going to be anything. You just know that they're just doing this to fill in until the person needs opponents, until when they get the main opponent. You don't want to be in that spot. At least I was like, Braun doesn't get put in that spot either, but at least Braun has like a specific role that sort of fits in a way that we all kind of like, yay, it's Braun, or whatever like that. Like, you don't want to be stuck in you don't want to be pigeonholed at this early juncture of everything. Like, I feel like LA Knight's kind of there. Like, we know he'll get put in the championship match, maybe, but he's not going to win it. When it's like, when I think that a lot of people would like it, but we sort of accept the fact that, like, no, he's right here. That's right. Whereas, like, Priest is like, no, he could get a step up. He could get a little bit of step above. I was like, or this takes them back to his gimmick where it's like he was doing the whole thing a little bit with Edge, where before he joined, where he was doing like the demon angel type of gimmick or whatever. Maybe we don't really have that. Karrion's on Raw, so I was like, it's not the same thing. Aleister Black coming back, I was like, they could be a little different. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he doesn't have to be like Dark Spook. We're about to have a couple of those characters, but but I think that though how they had on Raw the chaos of it, I was like, bring that to SmackDown, just give it to Priest. Jacob Fatu got that, but have him and I was like, have Priest have it too. Have him clash. I was like, yes, we want Jacob Fatu and he's gonna win, but I was like, but that could just be good in itself. Have like two street dudes just be over here just talking, yucking it up kind of thing. And I think that will be actually probably where the promos of Priest be really good. He might get ate up by Fatu, but I think because Priest just has a way of talking about himself that it will work with Jacob Fatu, who is sort of talking more so than actually putting on a promo in of itself or whatever. Anyway, that's my idea of how to fix Damien Priest. It's basically to have him really try to double down on, like, I don't need no family, I don't need anybody, and it just caused him just to be mad all the time, crashing out on people. And then at some point he gets like vulnerable, because guess what, he is a baby face. He is like, we like baby faces that really are doing some like dickish thing. So I think that's a little bit fine, or being being tough crap. Now we tend to like that stuff anyway, so he could be a baby face where he's vulnerable eventually while also just beating the hell out of people. But anyway, let me know what you think. Till then, I'm out.